Hello and welcome to the Great British Hobbit League YouTube channel. You're here with your host GBHL Jamie
and Steve,
and we're going to have a game of, for 500 points, Lords of Battle, and it's going to be sort of a ragtag dwarf warbands that I've just threw together, and Steve's Gondor force with Gandalf the Grey. So let's check out the armies. So my leader is Durin here. He's got 7 Iron Guard, 2 Dwarf Warriors with shield, a banner, and 2 Khazad Guard. And in the second warband, this was a sort of numbers warband. We've got Mardin, 8 Rangers with 2-handed weapon, and 2 Dwarf Warriors with Dwarf Bow. And amazingly, all that is 500 points. It doesn't look very much. So Steve's general here is Gandalf the Grey on horse. I'm very jealous of that model. And we've got Faramir with heavy armour, shield, lances, and 6 knights with shield. And on the far side over there, we've got Baragon mounted on horse with 9 Guard the Fountain Court, all with shield. So quite a tough, resilient force on both sides. Lots of 6s needed to wound, except for those knights who need 5s. And we'll go into board edge and set up now. We get a cock dice. It's a great start. So we go 5. And Steve gets a 5. So that's a reroll. And again, we go 2. Steve gets another 5. So he's going to be setting up first. And we'll see what it looks like once we have set up. So at the end of setup there, the dwarves set up in a big thin line, and then a little bunch at the end here with Durin there, Mardin over there, and Banner hiding away. Faramir set up with his knights over in the far corner of the board, and the Rangers then, the Guard of the Fountain Court with Baragon set up to form a little wedge, not a wedge, I can't even think of, there's a shield wall nearby to sort of block off the dwarves. And Gandalf, where's Gandalf? There's Gandalf. He set up first, and I decided to deploy on the opposite side of the board to try and keep him out of the game as long as possible. So going into the first turn of priority, and it goes to Gondor. So at the end of movement there, the dwarves move forwards, ready to throw some axes. The Guard of the Fountain Court swung round to close the gate. Baragon's not moved, so we're taking some pop shots, probably those defense 5 rangers. And Faramir's moved forward, staying out of my charge range, and obviously I've tried to get into his to invite an attack. My bowmen haven't moved, and Gandalf's run across 10, and he successfully cast Terrifying Aura. So going into shooting, we've got Baragon's 1 shot.
Just on the end guard.
Shooting the end ranger here, so he needs 3s to hit. And he hits, and he needs 5s to wound. And he kills with a cheating 1 ring dice. So that is 1-0 to Steve. And my return fire will be hooked on. Be these 2 bowmen shooting straight into the the Knights of Minas Tirith. Needing 4s to hit, and neither hit. I wish they were rangers. Going. Oh no, I've got some more thrown weapons. Back in 1 sec. 5 thrown weapons are in range there. They're going to throw their axes into the front line of the Guard of the Fountain Court. So needing 5s to hit. 1 hits, needing 6s. Oh, so close. But no wounds, of course, so next turn's priority. We get 3. And the Gondor get 2.
Being forced to because he gets permanent.
So the dwarves there pulled backwards, and the knights have charged in as I wanted them to. They fell for the trap. And over here, the Iron Guard went in, managed to charge as much as they could, and actually managed to kill someone with a throwing axe, which was amazing for myself. And Durin was transfixed over there by Gandalf. So, going into shooting, we got 1 shot from Baragon, going at this Dwarf Warrior here with shield. Needs 3 to hit. Oh, it was going to be a 3, but it fell off the table. And he now misses. Sod's law, eh? So, going into combats. 2 against Durin. Durin's got 2 because he's immobilised, or transfixed. We get a 6, and that's better than a 5. Woohoo! Then it's another 2-on-2. And I am going to Piercing Strike. Get 4, just better than the 3. Goes up to strength 6, so needing 5s to wound. Oh, damn. Bosh, yeah. Another 2-on-2. I'll Piercing Strike again. We get 6s. Which beats the 4. We go up to strength 6, so we need 5s again. Yeah, we get him. Oh, dear. Oh no, Rick's Watchtower. And then it's a
Rick's anymore, it's mine.
A 1-on-1. I'll Piercing Strike again.
I'll shield.
Yeah, shield. I get 6. I get a 5. Go up to strength 7, so 4s to wound. Oh, it does him. Then, again, another 2-on-1. I'm going to piercing strike. We get a 5. It's a 6, and I'll reroll for my banner. Oh, it's not good enough. So, my defense drops, but he's shielded, so it doesn't matter. Knight against the Ranger. Ranger's going to piercing strike. Knight gets a 5. Come on, a 5 or more. Oh, we get a 6. Strength goes up to strength 6, so he's forced to wound the guy on top. And smash, he dies. The dwarves. The knight who charged in against this dwarf with Mordin's support. Red dice is Mordin's. He's going to piercing strike in front. We get a 5, 4, which beats it. So piercing strike goes up to strength 5. So 5's all round, hitting the man, and boom, he goes down. Cracking turn for the dwarves.
It's not a cracking turn.
Terrible turn for Gondor. Charging knight against the dwarf ranger. Piercing strike him. We get a 5. And we beat the 5 on fight value. So we go up to strength 4, so needing 5 to wound the guy. And he goes down! Wow. Crumbling.
It's not even you good guys.
No, it's not. It's the Rangers. I warned you. I wanted you to charge him. That's another 2-on-1. I'm going to piercing strike again. You get a 2. Unfortunately, this time my defense goes down to 4, so you need a 4 to wound with 4 dice. And yes, he does die. So he dies. And then another 2-on-1. Piercing strike again. We get another 2. That dice has been getting relegated. Our defense drops to 1, so you're wounded on 3s. Yeah, he dies. And again, last 2-on-1. I'll piercing strike. We get a 5. Which fight value beats your 5. Strength goes up to 6, so 4's to wound the guy. And he does him. And that was a devastating turn for the dwarves. And that's the end of turn 1. And into the next turn's priority. And we get a 6. And Gondor gets a 3. So with the dwarves winning priority, Faramir called a heroic move and was countered by Mordin. So on a 1, 2, 3, dwarves win it. 4, 5, 6, Gondor. And dwarves win. Of course they would. So Gandalf is going to cast Sorcerer's Blast on my Bannerman. He's going to use 2 points of will from his store and 1 point of will from his staff, and he has also channeled it, so it needs a 5+ to cast. So a little bit of a hit, I can't stretch that far. And you can't see there, but it is cast on a 6. We bring it in. There it is. Bosh. So he's throwing back D6 inches. Throw it around this area, so it can't move any further. Here he goes back D3, 3 inches, and we'll work out the damage in a second. Forced to kill the guy who was blasted. He lives! Yay, the man is alive! And then 6s to wound the 2 Khazad guard. And they live. Way! 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 Bosh! So going into combats, and Durin is going to call a heroic combat.
I'll shield.
Shield with him. So Durin's got his 3, and he gets a 4 highest and double 1. So you get a 6. So I've got Durin's axe, the reroll. Oh, come on. I use 2 points of might, get it to work. So I win on 6, and needing 5s to wound. Oh, for God's sake! Damn it! Yeah, all my might's gone, so that didn't work. Iron Guard on 1 here, and I'm going to piercing strike.
Shield.
You're shielding. We get a 2. You beat us back with a 5. And then again, a Iron Guard on 1. So again, piercing striking. We get a 5. And they get a 5. So on a 1, 2, 3, it's dwarves. 4, 5, 6, it's Gondor. Dwarves get it. We go up to strength 7, 4s to wound. And we do him in. 2-on-1. So shielding Gondor versus piercing striking dwarves.
5.
A 5 pushes them back. And then onto Baragond. You got your 2 versus my 2. Only piercing striking. You get a 6. And you get a 6. So 1, 2, 3 dwarves, 4, 5, 6 Gondor. Oh, Gondor got it this time. So my defense drops to 3. So 4s to win from each of them.
Baragond is red.
Baragond is red. And Baragond kills. Faramir versus 3 rangers, all of which are going to piercing strike, and Faramir is going to fight normally. So Faramir gets a 4, so he can use his might if he needs to, which he will need to if he wants to win. Yeah. So my defences drop to 2, which would be 3s to wound, and the other ones need 4s. So 3s and 4s. Yeah, better. 3 rangers and 2 dwarves against the guy. 1 ranger and 2 dwarves against the guy who's trapped there. I charged him, so my 2 are going to piercing strike, and the 1 to feint, 1's piercing striking. 4, 5 there wins it on fight value. So 2 guys fainting. I'll reroll this if I need to, which I do at the moment. So they didn't do it. Piercing strike goes up to strength 6, so 4's to wound. Oh, and he lives. Damn. 2 shield bearers and a 2-handed dwarf. All going to piercing strike, and Mardin's going to fight normally. Gets a 5. So red dice belong to Mardin. White dice is 2-handed, so we win that. And 2-handed dice goes up to strength 6, so he needs 3s to wound the guy. And he gets it. Bit of a devastating turn again there. Although this time off the dwarves, more rangers went down. So going into priority, we get a 1, and Gondor gets a 3. And we'll let you move. After the movement, the knight here ran away. It's a coward, get a shot. Faramir charged in, and Gandalf immobilised Durin, who just accepted the resistance, accepted being immobilised. And then he was charged by Beregond 2. And we've been tied up again over here. So going into shooting, I've got my 2 shots at the cowardly knight, needing 4s. 1 hits, hits the horse. 5s, oh, we kill the horse. Throw him rider. He's fine, but lands on his feet. Faramir who charged in, and a guard of Anticourt. I've called a heroic combat with his last point of might. I'm not going to use any special strikes this time. So they get a 6, which means they win. So I'm knocked over. Faramir's 4 dice, no 5 dice, 6 dice, needing 5s to kill.
Is that with the lance? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you got lance, so 4s then.
4s with Faramir's.
Yep, you got 6 dice to do it though.
6.
And just and that kills him. So they are now free to continue on somewhere else. Charging Beregond and 2 guards of the Fountain Court against Durin. Durin's got his 2 dice.
Beregond's red.
Beregond's got red dice. We get a 3. You get a 6, which will your fight 4, so that's higher than my defense 3. So, fight 3. So I'm knocked over. Beregond's got 4 strikes, needing 6s by 4s, and he fluffs it. And the other 4 strikes, needing 6s by 5s. Nothing. And as expected, Durin's just fine. And we got a God of Fountain Court against an Iron Guard. Iron Guard's piercing striking, and God of Fountain Court is shielding. And I get a double 1, so I'm pushed back. And then the same again. Next combat along. Oh, I'm piercing striking.
Shield.
And then we get a 3. These red dice are getting relegated. Blue dice again. And a 1-on-1 there. I'll be piercing striking. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Go for it.
He's going for it! We get a 6! I think it's a 6. So it is a draw combat. And a 1, 2, 3 the Dwarves get it. On a 4, 5, 6 the Gondor get it. The Gondor gets it. And my defense drops to 3, so it's 4s to wound. And he gets a 1. Hashtag Bosch. There's 3 who charged in. I'm going to piercing strike, since I'm probably going to die anyway. Oh, come on! A 6 takes it. Oh, not good enough. So we're knocked over, and he got 6 strikes, needing still 4s to wound.
Not with the lance.
Yeah. And he does it. Next turn's priority. We get a 5, and Gondor get a 1. I think Steve's already planning a heroic move here.
Yeah, heroic move with Beregond.
I'll counter with Mardin. 1, 2, 3 the Dwarves, 4, 5, 6 Gondor. Damn. Yes. Gondor get it. Enough there, it's going to blast Durin, try and get him down with Line of Iron Guard. So he's going to use a free 1 and 1 from his store, so he needs 5 to cast. He's cast on a 6, and Durin will use his 2 to resist. Come on, Durin! Oh, that's a 4, so he's blasted back. So you roll for distance. Come on, nice and low numbers, please. 2 inches, that's probably enough to clip 1, maybe? Yeah, clip 1. So he himself takes a strength 5 hit, so that's 6s to wound him. And he's fine. And then 6s to wound the Iron Guard. He's fine as well. I've got 2 shots here against the warrior Minas Tirith cowardly running away. So 4s to hit. 1 hits. 6s to wound. And he's alive. Damn. 3 throw weapons. One's going to go into Faramir there. So moved up, so 5s. He misses. And 2 more into Beregond. 1 hits. Hits the horse. Oh, it's fine. So going straight into priority. 2. And Gondor again. Odin has called a heroic move, and Gandalf has countered with probably the intent to transfix him. So on a 1, 2, 3, it's dwarves. 4, 5, 6, Gondor. He goes to Gondor again. Gandalf going to transfix Mardin over there, and he needs a 3+ to cast. Going with his free one. Yes. Yeah, just double checking. and it's successfully cast. So with his 1 point of roll to resist. No, he doesn't resist. Movement, the warrior of Gondor there ran away. The dwarves are chasing him. Gandalf finishes movement after that immobilise. These guys have pulled back, as have the heroes. So going into my shooting, I've got 1 shot from the Iron Guard at Gandalf. He's moved, so 5s to hit. He hits. What does he hit? It's the horse! 5s! Yes! Get off your horse! Whew, just a little bit happy. And he gets a 2, so he's just on his bum. 4 weapons from these guys going at the 2 Fountain Court over there. So they've moved, so they need 5s to hit.
Nice.
And 2 hits. Needing 6s to wound. Oh, we dropped one of them. Pew pew. The next turn's priority. We get a 6, so that means we take it.
Yeah.
You get a 4. Gandalf's going to try and command the Iron Guard backwards as he's in charge range and throw weapon range. So 4+ with his free one. He doesn't cast. He wouldn't have even cast Immobilise. Gondor wraps around to get some space supports over here, and the heroes have, done what heroes do and run away. And this guy, is he staying where he is?
Oh yeah, I've got him in.
So going into, have we got any shooting? They move up. Cool. I don't believe I can see him without getting in the way of a combat. So we've got 2 2-on-2s, and both of my guys is kind of piercing strikers. I have been the rest of the game. I'm going to stop now. We got a 3. That's a 6 and a 4, so they win that. My defense drops to 3, so 4s to wound, and he doesn't. Over there, and same again for the next one. I'm piercing striking. I get a 6, and they get a 6. So 1, 2, 3 dwarves, 4, 5, 6 Gondor. And it goes dwarves, and they go up to strength 6. Sorry, so they need 5s to wound, and they kill him. That's Gondor broken. The next turn of priority, we get a 2. You get a 1. In the movement, Gondor charged in here, he passed his courage test. Gandalf immobilised this dwarf and charged in. I shot in a lot over there, didn't hit with any throwing axes, and the heroes have run around. We've got 1 shot from Beregond going at that dwarf ranger. So
he's
moved to 4s. He misses. So we shall start at the back there with the Iron Guard and the dwarf warrior against 1 Guard of the Fountain Court.
Shield.
I'm going to pierce this right with everyone. We get a 6 highest. It's a 5. So strength goes up to 7 on the Iron Guard. He needs 4s to wound. He's trapped. And he lives. And the other warrior goes up to strength 4, so he needs 6s. And he lives. Come on. Shocking rolling. Hashtag Bosch. Durin and the other 2.
Shielding.
Everyone's going to pierce and strike. So let's roll them all together. We have 6. Which beats the fight lady there with Durin in there. Durin goes up to strength 5, so he needs, with Durin's axe, 4s to wound. He can't do it. God's sake. And the strengths of the other 2 go up to 5, so he needs 5s. He's not trapped, is he? No. No, the guy went up to strength. What's that for? So that's 5, so he needs 5s. He survives what on earth? It's like the Wrath of Rohan. Back that way. And then the Iron Guard over there. You get a chance to bash at me. I'm going to pierce and strike. You get a 5. He gets a 2. So strength goes up to 5. So he needs 5s to wound. Oh god, screw what? 1 over here. We get a 3. Need a 6. Needed that again to kill. That's a 5. It was close. Gandalf gets 1 attack, as does the Dwarf Warrior who is immobilised. Dwarf gets a 4. Gandalf gets a 5. He needs that again to wound. And he gets a 2. Turns priority. We get a 5. Try again. He You get 6, so Gondor take it. So at the end of the movement there, Gandalf immobilised the Iron Guard and then charged in on the Dwarf Warrior. Durin got in over there, and the heroes have moved around, and I've ran straight at them, hoping to hopefully get priority and jump on them. And we've got 2-on-1 over here. So, Steve, starting with Gandalf. I'll go just fight normally. 6. We'll take that Gandalf. 5s.
Oh, close.
Over there.
Yeah.
Everyone's piercing striking.
Shield.
Okay. Martin. It's a 6.
Whoa.
Martin's strength goes up to 2, Martin 1, so strength 5, so he needs 4s again. That's better this time, Martin. Well done. 2v1 over here. One of my guys is going to faint. You get a 5. Fight normally. Yes! 6, he gets it. And he needs 6s to wound. That's a 5 again. So close, but no cigar for him. Priority. We get a 1. And Gondor get it. Gandalf's going to Sorcerer's Blast down this path here. He's got his 1 in his store and his free 1 and a point of might left. And he gets a 6, that's cast. So can I roll for distance? It's 2 inches back. So rolling for the Iron Guard, he needs 5s to kill him. That's a dead Iron Guard. 5 to kill the Ranger. That's a dead Ranger. A 6 to kill the Iron Guard. Sorry, the Khazad Guard. Nope. And a 6 to kill the Banner. Nope. Aragorn charged in here against Mardin, and 1 Khazad and 1 Dwarf Ranger counter-charged. And Faramir's charged 2 on the floor and the Ranger here. And we got a 1 on 3 with support over there. So, and also 1 on Gandalf. So combats, where would you like to start, Steve?
Start here, on shield.
It's over there. So everyone's going to piercing strike. You get... Whoa,
6.
you might as well roll. You can't shield with 2 guys.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, so you get 2 strikes.
2.
You might as well fight instead of shielding, because you got your supports.
Alright, so I'll keep that rolling.
You can keep doing it because it's still 2 dice. What do you roll 4 dice?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
You can't do that.
That's just cheating to the max.
Come on, Jamie. What were mates?
Durin
2 and a 1.
Durin wins. Durin's strength goes up to 6, so he needs 4s with his special axe, and he kills it. So we've had to change onto the different camera, so sorry for the drop in quality, but we've got a 1-on-1 here. Everyone's fighting normally. Gandalf wins it on a 6. He needs a 5 to kill.
Just 5.
Just a 5. Oh, and that's a 1. So Faramir charged in against the guys on the floor. Everyone's just going to fight normally, and the guy, the Ranger there, is going to pierce and strike. He gets a 6 and wins. On fight value.
So everyone's not down now.
Everyone's not down yet. And his defense drops to 3, so it's 3s to wound the Ranger. With the lance 5s, 4s.
Right. Can I roll them individual? 2 in 2s?
In 2s, yeah.
Right. I'll go for the Ranger first.
Ranger first on 3s. And yep, that kills him.
Yeah.
So he's off.
And then... Banner.
Banner on 4s. Banner's dead. And 5s on the Khazad. And the Khazad lives.
Too much time.
So Baragon charged in again on Mordin, 1 Khazad Guard, and a piercing striking Ranger. So you got your 2. It's a 3. Blue dice belong to Mordin. We get a 6 and win it there. So he's trapped. So Mordin's 4 strikes, needing 5s to wound. That's 1 wound so far. Piercing strike goes up to 5, so he needs 5s to wound again. Nope. And Khazad Guard needing 5s. That's 2 wounds, so he is dead. That's 2 fate. That's a fate point as well. So woohoo! So priority.
Yeah.
We get a 2, and Gondor get a 3. So Gandalf's attempting an immobilize on Mardin on a 3+ to stop his standfast taking effect. Oh, and he fails on a 2. So Durin, his courage, I believe 6, then 7 with his horn, so he passes, and Martin, who is bodyguarded, also passes. And we'll do the courage tests of these 2 dwarves back here. With the horn, they're courage 5, so the first one is fine, and the second one is also fine. So everybody's movement is complete, and I've got some shooting in my force. Got the 2 bows here who haven't moved, shooting at Faramir. And 1 hits the horse, doesn't kill the horse. We've got one throwing axe here at the Fountain Court Guard. It hits. Oh, it doesn't kill. And then 2 throwing axes at Gandalf. 5s. Don't hit. Rolling for priority. And we get it. And Durin's courage test. He is fine. And the 2 dwarves back here. The first one is fine. The second one is also fine. So going in, this will be the last turn, as we actually realised Steve's under 25%, but we're going to finish the turn off. So we got a 3-on-1 here, and my guys, well, the Iron Guard's going to pierce and strike. You get feint. We get a 2. It's a 5, so defense drops to 3, so 4s to kill the Iron Guard. We roll in 1s. That's lucky. Come on to 2, so he dies. And then everything on Gandalf. Now I've got the higher flank here, so everything's going to pierce and strike. Let's do this. So Durin's 3, we get a 5 there.
I'm going to faint again.
Yeah, feint again, you get a 4, and we win. So Durin's strength goes up to +2, 6, so that's 4s, 3s with Durin's axe. So 3s to wound. That's 5 wounds, and then the Iron Guard goes up to strength 5, which is 4s to wound. That's a dead Gandalf.
Yeah, dead.
Huzzah! I believe that is the end of the game. We'll add up the total victory points. There's the handshake. And we'll go into the post-battle BatRep breakdown. So welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to the post-battle BatRep breakdown, and it was a victory to the Dwarves. It was 22-15 in the end, so much closer than it looked it might have been, especially after that first turn.
Yeah, I got smashed basically.
I wouldn't say it was that close. It wasn't that.
I was chasing the game the whole way through. After that first turn, when I just dropped at
6 or 7 drops very quickly, and then but the Gandalf, I think if you'd been a bit more aggressive with some of his blasts and gone down the proper lines, it could have been much worse for me.
Yeah, I think I had two casts that didn't do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Social blast, so.
Still in some uses.
Yeah. This is very simple.
What would we do differently is what we've just been whispering to when the camera went behind there.
With that force, I don't know really. I put Gandalf in at the last minute just because I wanted to use Gandalf. I could have got another 2 warbands in, which
it's a big
if I'd have done that from the get-go, I think I'd have had a better chance.
Just more to kill.
Yeah.
For myself, I thought I'd try and just go in piercing striking in nearly every fight, and it seemed to actually work out in this battle. I think if it was another battle against potentially a lower defence force, I wouldn't have done it. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes in future games. So I think that's all really, isn't it? Yeah. So be sure to comment, like, share and subscribe. Support your hobby.
Support your hobby.
And happy strategy, pal.